Oh, what a beautiful sunset for a completely miserable day. But if you look at the tops of the trees, you see that little thin blue line? That's the Nida Lake. Beautiful view for a crappy day. I made this is my second time making the video. I got so upset I dropped the phone. Anyhow, today was a day that I missed a very important wedding. A wedding that I had hoped to go to for a very long time. I was excited to go to because it was the daughter of one of my very best friends, and all of my other friends would be there, and it was going to be a wonderful time. Except it wasn't. Well, not for me anyway. I came downstairs this morning, grabbing the rail with both hands, and I finally made it down the stairs, walked into the living room, walked over to my chair, and just crumbled because my legs just literally gave out. They're like, okay, you've done enough. Let's just take a rest here. And I think I see my husband. He may have grabbed a few grandkids. But anyhow, I said, no, this is not how it's going to end. I am going to go back up the stairs. We're going to put on the dress. We're going to make this happen. So I crawled back up the stairs. Well, not quite crawl. I grabbed the railings and walked as best as I could. Went into the bathroom, opened the closet door, and there was the beautiful emerald green gown that I had bought specifically for this wedding. I bought it last month, fully anticipating that my body would cooperate. There's a child on his ATV. Okay, I'm telling you, this place is busy. I wish I could keep up with them. Anywho, I couldn't. After opening the door, my legs are sit down. And fortunately, I have a chair in my bathroom. And I sat down. I said, I can't do this. I just can't do this. I have everything but my body cooperating. So I came to terms with the fact that, you know what? I can't. Which, of course, made me cry. So I went back downstairs. At this point, I'm totally exhausted and just in a miserable mood. When you can't be there, not because, anybody needed me there, but I wanted to be there. And you realize that your body has total control. And if it says no, the answer is no. So I came back. I'm rambling now, but I came back downstairs, sat down, and just, hey, I can't. I just can't. And yes, I felt horrible. Yes, I know my friends will understand. But I wanted to be there. And I'm thinking back to just 5 years ago. Now, granted, I was diagnosed 13 years ago, but really didn't have any issues until 5 years ago. And the past 2 years have been sheer craziness and torture. And, at times I think, Wendy, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't do anything about it. And I didn't. But now I am. Because I'm only 59. I'm not willing to end up in a wheelchair, which, I'm not. I'm just not. And like I was mentioning before, just 5 years ago, I was going out. We were dancing. We're having a great time. Right now, that isn't even in my thoughts. Here I am with my 3 or 4 inch heels. Loved it. Loved it. Go dancing in them. What wonderful balance. And then all of a sudden, what? I'm like a ping pong ball in a pinball machine, trying to hold myself up, bouncing off walls. What a transition. And not one that I had ever thought would happen, but it did. So in between offering it up, and sometimes I feel like, did I really offer it up? Because after I said, oh Lord, I offer this up for such and such, whatever. And then I'm like complaining and whining. So I'm just like, I'm having a hard time with that. And I'm sure that others, have it way worse than me. I'm just, ping-ponging, bouncing off walls and having to sit more often. It's not the worst of worst. I can still do, other things like look at pretty sunsets. But yes, it's hard. And I want to be encouraging, but I find myself rather depressing. But I don't give up because I'm stubborn and I'm Irish. So take from this what you will. Don't give up. Signing off because, it's getting a little cool out here. So good night. God bless. Hang in there.